Do you believe in prayer?
No.
Do you pray?
No.
You don't?
Wakaacha kufanya ile kazi waliitiwa kufanya, make business. And that's why church ilianza kufunguliwa everywhere. Kwa hivyo, hiyo matusi amenitusi hata ilipia hii dunia. That's what I said na nikanyamaza. Me, I have nothing to do with God. I don't discuss the essence of God existence or not existing. I don't talk about that.
Hello guys, this is Mr. A Lot More, your senior Udaku reporter. And of course, a lot more is coming. Niko maeneo fulani, nikicheki maeneo ni ya kibosibosi. Hii ya leo atusemi kwa sababu ukijua mnaweza mkaumiza msanii. Niko hapa kupiga story na top producer, muite Tobby Bisengo. He's been into several controversies. Nakuwa nikipiga story naye hapa tujue mambo iko namna gani, kisha kazi iendelee kama kawaida. In case you didn't know, this is Justina Siokau's official producer, mtu wangu Tobby Bisengo.
Niaje?
Nikikuona nafurahia sana.
Mbona?
Na I think mimi ni mtu, sisi ni watu watuweki differences sisi. Kwa sababu at some point mimi na wewe tumekorofishana nini na ikakuwa hivyo na hivyo, lakini lazima kazi iendelee, au sio?
Hiyo ni kabisa. Controversies zinakuanga, kukosana kuna kuanga, kusikizana kuna kuanga. Akamba masiaka wakamba wanasemanga hivyo, acha ni quote na Kikamba alafu nitainterpret because I know you have a large audience. Thokame chondo ni kimwe maya mao kuongolania. Kwa wale hawasikii Kigiriki tunasema axe ama zile inaitwa shoka ambazo zimewekwa kwenye kiondo moja haziwezi kosa kufanya nini? Kupigana. And as Kamba kinsmen, we are always working together, we are always meeting in many places. Differences will always come and go, but at the end of the day, mbaimbe. Yes, Bisengo. Ukoaje lakini? Mimi niko freshi, sina ubaya. I am divinely blessed. I have divine wealth, divine mental stability, spiritually divine, spiritually well, and physically fit. Is there a better way to say it? I think that's the best. Amazing. Uko sawa kila pande? Kabisa, niko poa. I'm blessed. Na niko poa.
Ni kitu tu moja hujataja about kukuwa na wife, but we will be talking about that in a bit. Okay. So Bisengo, ningependa tuanze vizuri sana. Tujue unajua wewe ni producer come artist, ama ni artist come producer? Ni gani ilianza ya kwanza?
Producer. I started as a producer and later I became a performing, a recording artist. Later I became a performing artist. Yeah.
Amazing sana. Bisengo, unatokea wapi?
Mimi natoka Yata.
Wewe ni wa kwetu?
Yeah, toka Yata.
Wapi?
Machakos. Nimejenga Yata Machakos.
Yata wapi?
Matu. Precisely.
Karibu na kwa kina Tina.
Yes.
Ndio maana wewe na Tina damu zenu zinavutana sana.
Tina ni kaneiba kangu. I love her, she's a good girl.
You love Tina?
Nimesema aje kwani wewe umeichukulia aje?
Tutakuja hapo saa hii.
Wewe Kioko wewe. Kioko wewe kazi yako ni kunitafuta maneno, sio?
Maneno ni mingi.
She's my neighbor at home. So tumeta kumwe in short. Nakite bandu beta wa Matu Yata.
Kiswahili.
Oh, sorry. Nimejenga place inaitwa Matu Yata, and I'm currently also building my other home, my private residence. Place inaitwa Kanyonyo. Unaona between Kivandini and Kanyonyo. Nimebai hapo. I'm also building my private home there. Yeah. Amazing
sana. Bisengo, wewe ni mtu umekuwa kwa music scene for some time now, na wewe ni mtu ambaye I understand umeelewa muziki sana. Wewe ni mtu ambaye pia umechukulia muziki kibiashara. That business aspect ya music inakupelekaje? Is it something sustaining? Is it paying your bills? Is it like something bado ungeendelea kuipursue, kukuwa producer nini, hizo vitu zote briefly?
What I can say is that music, there is the entertainment part of it, and then there is the business part of it. Entertainment wise, it's very nice because that's something I do out of passion. I usually say music found me. I did not find music. Music found me. So doing music for me as an entertainment is something I love doing. It's something I will still do even if I'm not paid. Hata nisipolipwa ni kitu bado nitafanya. Kwa hiyo kwanza ni passion. Number 2, when it comes to business wise, is just taking the aspect of entertainment now to make it a revenue. And that is what has, kept me in the city. I mean, music has paid my bills. Music has given me beautiful cars. Music has given me land. I'm building in my land. Music has given me a home like this one. Music has given me a lot of things. Music has answered a lot of my prayers. So I can say music is the tool that I was given on this earth to help me navigate life and help me, achieve my purpose as a person. So business-wise, good, because it pays my bills. It takes me from point A to B. I can fuel my little car and take me from point A to B. I can feed my family. I can feed my children. I can do all these things because I'm just in music. That is the basic thing I do. Other than other things that are underlying, kuna vitu mimi nafanyanga chini ya maji tu pia, other revenues here and there. Huwezi tegemea muziki peke yake itakufidi kufanya kila kitu. Esa Kenyan lazima ujue kuingia kwenye hustling aspect. Kila Mkenya hata kama umeajiriwa lazima ujue ukwe na hustle. So hustle is our Kenyan thing that we do. Aside of what people see you doing every day, there has to be a side hustle that you're doing aside that kana kusaidia kulipa bills. So I believe there are other things I still do chini ya maji, but I believe music ndio the major thing sustaining me so far, and I'm happy. Yeah.
Perfect. Ndio tumalizane na mambo ya music, tuingie kwa mambo mengine sasa. You are a producer.
Yes, sir.
As a producer, ni ngoma gani ushai produce ukafeel wow, this is it, this is doing so well, na ni ngoma ambayo si yako, umeproducea tu msanii, ni gani?
Okay, since umesema si yangu, wacha nisiseme zangu juu pia zangu ni hits.
Kuna song kama Katolo, Katolo is hit.
Yeah, I know. And many others. Saluta kama ituwe wakwa. But now, coming to the aspect of producing other aspects. First, I don't know what you mean by hit, because there is difference between a hit song and a legacy song. Those are two different things.
For example, a hit is a song like 2020.
Yeah. The reason I'm saying there is a difference is because unaweza produce one wonder hit. Unaweza produce song hit na wiki moja na isaulike. But then unaweza produce song hit years and years iko tu hapo. So I've produced several songs for different artists, especially in Cumberland, because when Cambas noticed I could do very good guitar, they wanted to get a test of that. And so they flocked in my studio. Sio kwamba sijarekodi wasanii wengine, nationwide nimerekodi wa Kisii, nimerekodi wa Luya, nimerekodi wa Kikuyu. I've worked with, do you know, I even worked with Kamaru, the late Kamaru, because me production nilianza kitambo sana. Yeah, nilianza production 2007. So you can be
2007 I was in class 3.
Yes, that's why they call me Papa. I started my production 2007, and up to date, I'm still producing. So you are looking at experience and you're looking at knowledge, deep knowledge in music. So nimerekodi wasanii kama Justina Siokao, nimerekodi wasanii kama Justus Mielo. If you know Justus,
I know Justus.
Yeah, if you know Justus Mielo, if you know Stella Mengele, those are the people that I helped build their momentum in career. I have worked with Wilberforce Musyoka. I've worked with Zipporah Eric. All those artists. Kasolo we worked together, but not for long. It was briefly, because I think he was still in the process of looking for a producer. You know, kuna wale ma-artists wanataka kuji-identify with a particular producer. And there are artists wenye wanaenda kila studio pia, kujaribu kila studio test. So I guess any artist that came across me, tulitoa hit na yeye. Hawa wasanii wote hakuna mtu hana hit imetoka kwa.
So ni hit gani hiyo sasa?
Do I have to mention a song directly?
Kama una feel itachoma tuache tu.
I think hawa wasanii mkienda muangalie ngoma zao mtaona Elevax Studio. Mahali popote utapata na Elevax Media. Ama usikie Elevax Media. That is my studio. Na hawa wasanii wote nimetaja wako na hits zimetoka direct.
Hao wasanii wote umetaja najua wako na hit yenye umetoa.
Yes, na sio moja, at least 2. Kila msanii ako na at least 2 hits from my studio. And so many others. And also I've majored in mentorship. When I say mentorship is, I have worked so much with upcoming artists because I can say Mungu amenipatia hiyo grace ya kumenta wasanii. If you are a young artist that you're just coming up, I am in a position to help you establish yourself well in music industry as a beginner. And then msanii yote nimesaidia kuanza mziki ama kuanza huduma ya music amefanya tu poa. And that is my joy. That is my contentment. Kioko. Yeah.
Amazing sana. So tukiendelea Bisengo, you've been quoted online kidogo saying that it's kinda you don't believe in God. Na ikakuwa ni controversy sana. Sometimes you say you believe in God, sometimes you don't subscribe to church. First of all, then I'm looking for a yes or no answer. Bisengo, do you believe in God?
I wish you restructured the question from believe, because as we talk, the belief system is not my thing. You understand? So if you asked if I know God, I would have said yes, I know God, but not if I believe. No.
Do you believe in prayer?
No.
Do you pray?
No. When you manifest, manifestation is, I don't know how I should pick this, because you know when I start talking about this topic, Kyoko, first of all you need to know it brushes badly with many, doesn't brush well with a lot of people, especially the Christians and believers. And I want to do a disclaimer before I begin this talk, because it's very sensitive. Actually, I don't know why you looked for me for it, and I am always afraid of talking of it, because I know the way people take it. But it's okay. Let's talk about it. In the Kenyan Constitution, Article 32 stipulates well, and it has given stipulation on how to go about religious beliefs and stuff. Kila mtu akona right in Kenyan Constitution to believe in whatever they want, or not believe.
Hiyo ni katiba sasa.
At anything, yeah. Now I'm coming to your answer, but I wanted to do a disclaimer first. That we are all allowed to believe in whatever we want, or not believe in anything. And nobody should castigate you. So believers are my friends, they are family, they are partners, they are my best friends, they surround me. So I'm always surrounded and I work with believers. So I have nothing at all against believers, against pastors, against bishops. I respect them. I have friends in my phone. We talk. Pastor, hata wengine na wakondishanga vyombo. Mapasta mabeshte zangu na Bisengo, nataka vyombo zako, niko na event ya anniversary, niko na event ya crusade, na wakondisha vyombo. Me, I hire how to sound. So, when I talk about this thing, I know it brushes badly with many. But now coming to your question about prayer and also manifestation. You see, I believe that like prayer is talking to yourself directly. Because first of all, you need to know, Kyoko, the kind of kingdom that people are chasing and are looking for, the kingdom is within us. The biggest kingdom is within me. So everything that I need is within me. It is up to me to manifest my potential. And that means first, the only thing I need to believe in is me. I need to believe in myself first. If every time I focus my mind in believing out an outside power, an outside entity out there that I expect to come and save me, come and solve my problems, I will never tap to my potential. So manifesting is looking at myself, seeing what potential I have. Because when I came on this earth, nilikuja nikiwa nimepewa tools enough. I was equipped. Every creature akikuja kwa hii dunia anakujanga akiwa na tools, ameequipiwa na tools za kusurvive. The first two and the most important is your mind. Because everything you do or you are planning to do manifests in your mind. To some, it might manifest in our dreams. Because in our dreams, that is where our greatest desires are built. So, I manifest that way. I look at myself and I'm like, I came on this earth nimepewa akili. I always feel like God gave me brain to give so that God can have rest. You understand? Your brain is able to do marvelous, is able to achieve everything you want to achieve on this earth, is within your circumference. So me, I don't want to believe anything outside the circumference of my awareness. The aspect of knowing or believing about God, I like to say, I know there is God. How do I know that? Because I'm a demigod.
What is that?
I am a semi-god myself. I am a small god because I'm able to make things happen. The essence of God is creativity. The essence of godliness is manifestation of things to happen. Is the power to make things happen. You have that power to make things happen. I have that power to make things happen. Do you know you even have power over life, Kyoko? You have it. I have power over life. I can decide to bring life on earth, and I can decide to take a life outside the earth, out of the earth. Why do we have?
You mean by killing?
I don't want to use that word. It's very strong, but people do that, right? Mtu anamkanga asubuhi ana decide fulani hatakuwa kesho na kesho hatakuwa. That is power. Number 2, unaweza amka udecide I want to bring life on earth. And you go look for a lady, you go with the lady, and in the next 9 months you are bringing life on earth. That's power. Now you need to understand that as a human being, you already came on earth packaged with enough power to make things happen. Now you have to manifest that power. That's what I am into. And that's why I started my journey of what we call personal spiritual journey. These things cannot go together. Always know that. Number 1, a critical mind and religion, they cannot sit in the same room. I don't say religion is bad, but I don't like the systems that run religion. My problem is not church. All right? Church is a good place. People get healed there. People go there to get hope. People get there to coexist and coexist. But my problem is the systems that run these institutions, because these systems are manipulative, they are corrupt, and they are not straight. They are there to control people and make people think subliminally instead of critically. And when you start to think subliminally, Kyoko, your potential will never be achieved, because someone else will always think for you. And me, I'm always against anyone trying to control my most important asset in my life, which is my mind. If my mind is reprogrammed wrongly, my life is done. I have no life. I have no mind. So I always have to keep my mind in place. Mental health, for me, is my most important thing. And if you are corrupt in your mind, you are programmed otherwise to believe in things that don't actually exist. Then your mind is corrupt. You're programmed and you're destroyed. And that's why when the colonizers came to our country, the first thing they wanted to tamper with was the mind of the African. Because Kyoko, once I mess with your mind, I can control everything in your life.
That's true.
Yes. If I decide to control you, first I'll program you. First I'll manipulate you. I'll make sure that your mind thinks I can control your mind. You become my puppet. And once you become my puppet, there is nothing else I cannot do. And it is the same ideology used by political class all over the world. Politicians use the same idea. They know once they get your mind, you'll do whatever they like. You like for them. And also the narcissists. The people I call narcissists. Narcissistic people are people who take over your mind. People who get hold of your mind and they start controlling your mind. And whatever you think from that point on, it is what that person desires.
You're talking about brainwashing?
Thank you. Thank you for that word. I was actually forgetting the word. It's brainwashing. If I want to control you, first I'll brainwash you. Because your biggest asset as a person is your mind. So once your mind is controlled, you cannot think beyond.
Now that brings me to the question, because there is a post you made on Facebook saying 10 reasons I no longer subscribe to church.
Yes.
Now, okay, you went on and listed all the 10 reasons there. Clearly. The preaching that were insulting my intelligence, my thinking switched off, blah, 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 a God that needs money to grant blessings. Yes. You talked about so many things. And and I saw on the comments, people saying you are targeting pastors, you are targeting preachers.
Exactly.
In just 2 minutes, Bisengo, 2 minutes of your time, could you please elaborate the 10 reasons why you don't subscribe to church? And also talk to us about, is church good? Should people go to church?
Well, it's not up to me to decide that whether they should go to church or not. I was a church goer for 24 years. I was born again in 2003. Where were you 2003?
I think sikuwa nimeingia shule ama nilikuwa naingia. Kitu najua 2007 I was in class 3 and 2008 I was in class 5 kwa sikusoma class 4.
I was baptized in the year 2005 by water. And I went all the necessary classes needed spiritually for me to achieve all that. And I have been to Bible school in the church where I used to go. I have been a praise and worship leader for more than 5 years. I was a youth leader for 4 years. I've worked with a ministry, a church, for 20 years. Very active. If it is fasting for 10 days, I did. If it is fasting for 40 days, collectively, I did. If it is anything you can mention. If it is wedding, I did a wedding in church. I did all these things. The problem is the deeper I went into it, the more the lies came on float. And I can assure you, most of these pastors you see castigate me and bishops, they know the truth. They know they are also in the game of manipulation. And the game of manipulation is what made me stop subscribing to the whole thing. Because Kioko, I hate lies.
So pastors are manipulative?
Not all of them. If we put them in a basket, that will be not fair. But a big number is in the game of manipulation. And I can assure you also the big number is also using evil means to lure people into there, to subscribe to their ministries. Most of these guys are even going to Waganga. They visit these homes. See me, I have been friends to them, I know.
Wait. Pastors go to Waganga?
Sana. Na washirika wanajuanga hii maneno. Na most of these washirika wako hizi makanisa pia wanajua. Si eti hawajui. They know dadia anaendanga hapa na hapa. Because ndio uenda kwa mganga lazima upelekwe. Ndio ujue kwa mganga. Mimi sasa hivi ukiniambia nikitaka kwenda kwa mganga nitatafuta mtu ashaenda huko anipeleke. So these pastors they meet there sometimes. Kuna watu pia wanaendanga huko wakienda kufanyiwa shughuli zao. Wanapatana nao mapasta huko. And we know these things.
Pastors go to witches?
Wanaendanga kwa waganga kutafuta hizo mapower, marings za kuchanganya washirika, kuwa control. Because I told you the essence is just the control the mind of a person. If I want to get all your money and dry your banks, I have to get your mind to me. And whatever from that point, nikitaka hata 1,100 unanipea saa hiyo. Nikitaka million unanipea. Pastors have become greedy. And this greediness has drove so many people out of church. And that's why ukiangalia kwa hiyo post niliweka ya 10 reasons I stopped subscribing. Angalia the biggest number ni watu washa already toka kwa makanisa. And they are fearless, they are speaking. People used to fear to talk about these things because ukiongea kwamba you no longer subscribe to religion, unatengwa na familia, unatengwa na workmates, unatengwa na groups, unatengwa na bibi, unatengwa na watoto. So people are afraid to speak. But coming down to action, watu wametoka kwa hizo makanisa. Why? Angalia ni watu wangapi hawaendi church Sundays. Wengi, millions of Kenyans. Are they wrong? Let's say they are wrong. Or they are right. But there are millions of people, billions who are not subscribing to the church thing. Because, Kioko, maybe when it was starting, it was good for us. It was good for the community. Remember the times when churches used to educate orphans? When the churches used to visit the orphans and give food and give relief? Remember the times when churches used to help people? It no longer does that. Instead, it has turned now to its people. It has become the eater of its people. Imeturn sasa kunyang'anya watu. Saa hii, if I wanted to buy this car, na niende niambie my pastor nataka kununua gari. Bishop niko na vision ya kununua gari. The pastor will pray for me. The pastor will never mobilize for me to have a car, but he will pray for me. Come the time the pastor wants the same car, we don't pray for the pastor.
Mutachanga.
Tunachangia pastor. So ilikuja ikachange because these people became and realized kumbe this thing can make money. So wakaacha kufanya ile kazi walitiwa kufanya, make business. And that's why church ilianza kufunguliwa everywhere. You realize in a street there are 10 churches. You wonder ni za nini? If you are truly worshiping one God, why do you need 10 churches in a 10 kilometer square place? Kitambo kanisa ilikuwa inapewa free land, inajenga. True or false? Makanisa zile tuliguro tukiona huko Ushago zilikuwa unapewa free land. Why? Because you lipi tax. Church ilipangi tax. Number 2, church haufai kupeleka pesa huko. That is why they did not need to have money to buy land. It changed to a place where now it'll become business, and we are not afraid to say so. If there are a few churches that are still helping people and they are doing good job, we thank God for those churches and we are happy for them. But any church ambayo imegeuza kukua biashara na ikaanza kunyanyasa watu wa God, we will be against it. And I assure you, Kioko, this is the last generation to be brainwashed. Millennials, they were the last generation to be brainwashed. We are wiser, we have woken up, and we are a strong force, and we are not playing around. If we see these people trying to manipulate God's people, we are coming to them guns blazing.
Talk to those pastors.
Unaelewa? Wao mapasta ambao wamegeuza kazi ya God kukua business, wakaanza kumanipulate watu wa God, kuwanyang'anya mashamba, kuwanyang'anya magari, watu wanaingia into depression, I have a friend who committed suicide because she lost everything to a bishop. Na huyo bishop akadisappear na akamzimia simu. Another one called me from Dubai. A bishop alimanipulate to amtumiange pesa anunue shamba. Kumbe hakuwa ananunua mashamba, pastor alikuwa na pocket pesa. When the lady decided to follow up, hakupata any shamba, hakupata anything, and she sent almost $1 million to that pastor. And the pastor, you call her and pray over her over the phone, in the name of Jesus, I pray over you, may your doors open. Milango vile inafunguka, pastor na pocket milango wenyewe. Eventually the lady was depressed. She called me. Akinituma kwa huyo pastor nikamwongelea. Nikamwambia no mimi.
Pastor anaitwa nani?
No, I cannot mention names here.
Haina shida, mtaje tu.
It will not be good because it's a case already. The DCI has taken over, and I helped the mama locate the pastor, but I did not want to engage with the pastor. I felt for her because she's a fan of mine and she's a friend. Na ametoka kwetu nyumbani. She's from around the village. So I felt it. And this makes me really hungry. Why do these people take advantage of God's children? Honestly speaking. And that's why you see a lot of people are leaving the churches. And as I said when I started, I have nothing against the church. I am against the systems operating there because they are corrupt, manipulative, and they are destroying God's people. Kioko. So the reason why I put these things out there is for people to understand what exactly is going on. Ukisoma hizo 10 things that niweka kwa Facebook yangu, I wanted to create awareness because at the end of the day, we are helping our people wake up. The sleep has been too long. It's about now time for people to wake up, realize their potentials, and start manifesting their power. Kioko, Mungu amekupatia nguvu nyingi sana ndani yako. Hakuna kitu huwezi achieve. People are going to the moon without prayer. Chinese, everything you see around you is from China, and they don't pray. Everything, if these cars we drive, everything is coming from these white people, and they stopped subscribing to religions. Go to Europe. Churches are being turned into clubs because people are no longer subscribing to the religion thing, because religion, whoever created it, they did not create it for God. God never asked anybody to create a religion for him. God doesn't need religions because God does not operate with systems of religions. God can still talk to you as a person. God can come to you in your dreams, in your visions, and God can talk to you. Now, Kenya hapa, kwa mfano, mahali najenga huko Kanyomonyo, nilipata kanisa kwa hiyo, kuna place nilibai. East side, ukienda Mwingi, on your left, hapo chini, nilipata kuna church inajengwa hapo, ya, nafikiri ni 80 million, kama si kuambiwa makosa. 80 million structure is being constructed in a place where in the whole village of 100 square kilometer, there is no single borehole. It is not productive food-wise. Na hakuna mtu aliwahi kufikiria before tujenge kanisa hapa ya kuingia watu 1,000 ama 10,000. Bona kwanza tusijengee hii village a borehole. Kwa hiyo that is one of the most poorest regions. And I thank God because nimeenda hapo na nitachange your place. I'll be the custodian to change that village. Nimepata is a poor village. Hiyo village kuna watoto wameacha shule Kioko. Is it good? Kanisa ya 80 million ijengwe a place where watoto they are not even able to afford a school. Ku afford kiatu ya kwenda shule. Na hiyo church utaona imeinuliwa. And it is not just that place alone. I mean, look at so many places. Unapata structure imewekwa ya 100 million. Look around the structure. Poverty all over. No single borehole, no single school, free ya watu. Na makanisa wakijenga shule, hawa washirika bado wanalipa fees ya juu sana kwa the same school wenye wamesaidia kuchanga wajenge. Mtoto wako agenda hapo analipishwa pesa nyingi sana. It's punitive, Kioko. And these are the things that are making us really hungry. So I did not leave religion to be an atheist. I mean, I'm not an atheist. I manifest godliness in my day-to-day life. Unaelewa? What is the true religion, Kioko, if I may ask you right now? Will you tell me ni AIC, ama ni Catholic, ama ni kuokoka, ama ni Buddhism, ama ni Islam? Would you tell me hiyo ndio dini? No. The true religion is the aspect of helping the needy. Usiku ile utaona mtu ambaye anasaidianga poor people, street children, widows, less privileged, anasomesha orphans. Ujue huyo ndio ako na dini ya ukweli. Okay. And that's the religion I encourage people to join.
Okay. So, ya mwisho, just to confirm,
yeah.
You said you don't pray.
No, I don't pray.
You manifest.
In fact, to make it clear, I have not prayed since 2016 because that is when I left religion.
9 years.
9 years I've never prayed. But let me tell you, I came and realized, okay, these prayers I've been doing, I've actually been talking to myself. I've only been talking to me. It's prayer is more like convincing yourself. Let me tell you the truth. Because what you are trying to seek out there, the deity you are running after out there, it's inside you. All the godliness power you need is within you. Why do you need to pray of another deity outside of your own circumference of understanding? You need to get to a level where you have grown spiritually enough to know that you are able to say, this year I'm going to build a house. You start working on building a house and you build a house. Now that is manifestation, it is not prayer. And that's what we want. You say something, you do it. You say something, you do it. Prayer is just self-convincing that it happened, like it happened. And I can assure you, ni watu wengi sana wamekuwa kwa prayers for so long and their lives are not moving. Do you want to tell me God our key or something like that? No. It's because you need to understand what you are running out there. The problem is these religious, they bring us gods or deities that are outside us. How about now we start thinking God could be inside us and then start talking to that God inside us? I don't like quoting Bible, although I own a Bible. Niko na Bible hapa kwa nyumba nzuri sana. Naisomanga. But I read for my own reasons, for nourishment, for morals, because Bible has got so many good things that can help you grow in life. Kuna place moja Christ alisema, Yesu alisema, hiyo kingdom mnatafuta haiko nje, iko ndani yenu. That was one of the verses that changed my life. Hiyo vitu tunakimbiza huko nje, tukitafuta God ako kwa skies. You know, when these people brought an entity of a God who lives in sky, they never thought one day watu wataweza kupanda hivi, warealize kuna mahali inaitwa heaven. Those days wakiandika hizi vitu, because this book is written by authors, just like Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Unaelewa? And we read it as any other book to help us manifest a few things. They did not know one day watu wataweza kuexplore the skies. Because those days walifikiria above these heavens kuna kitu, kuna home, kuna kingdom. Hakuna. Because actually the world is a ball. Vile imehang kwa dunia saa hii, ukienda under, pia uta point heaven. Saa hii tunaweza kwa tuna point chini, tukifikiria tuna point juu. So let's think critically here. And I'm just trying to help my kinsmen start to think critically, not subliminary. Watu waache kufikiria kwa ajili yetu. Tuanze kutumia akili zetu to manifest. I've not prayed. Na nikitoka ndini, watu wanasemanga, alipata pesa ndio akaacha Mungu. Alipata pesa ndio In fact, when I left religion, I was one of the poorest in my church. The day I decided I will no longer go to church, nilikuwa nimefungiwa nyumba for 2 months. So niliacha religion, na that week nilikuwa nahama. Juu nilishindwa kulipa nyumba.
So ukukosana na Mungu, ulikosana na church?
Hapana, me I have nothing to do with God. I don't discuss the essence of God existence or not existing. I don't talk about that. That's very personal to me. And others also have their opinion on that. But I talk specifically about the religion system. Now, not just Christianity, even the Islam, the Buddhism, the whatever. People have the right to do that. Okay. But I also have right to show the lies. That's my point. So when I left religion 2016, I started now looking at my own power that I have to manifest on things. And then I started manifesting. After that, I started to see things that have been held for me for so long. And let me assure you, I was supposed to have a car earlier, 2012. But I was in church thinking God will bless me with a car without going to myself and manifest and look for a car. And when I left church, 2 years later, I bought a car, KCW. KCW was a number plate for 2012.
Yes.
What does that
mean? Ni ukweli ahead KCW.
Gari yangu ilikujanga kitambo, but I was somehow bound in my mental, so I could not manifest my car. Meaning if I continued to be in those religious things, I would never own my car because I was bound. I was in jail. When I left there, first of all, I manifested my car. Number 2, nikaanza kujenga. Nikajenga. I built my house in 2022. Ikaisha within 1 year. Oshago. Same here, God blessed me with children. I manifested twins. Maybe people don't know that, but I have twin girls.
Wow, how old now?
Kwani unaonanga wewe ndio unazanga mapacha peke yako?
Najua tumebarikiwa wengi.
Yeah, tumebarikiwa wengi. I have 5-year-old twins.
Identical?
Yes, and I have never posted. I don't post na staki. Mpaka time itafika ya hiyo tutapost.
But you have twins?
Yes, I have twins.
Amazing.
That came following my car. 2023, another car came in.
This one.
Now my sport car ikaingia. Unaona? 2021 I was privileged also to buy equipment zangu za kuhaya. I started to manifest. Ile life yangu ilikuwa imekwama, ilifunguka. Within the duration of 3 years since I left religion, everything I ever needed in life started to come one by one. And I was stuck in church for 10 years and I saw nothing. Okay. I was only working with kufungiwa nyumba, kukosa chakula. Nilitesekea hapo kwa sababu I was not using my mind. Someone else was thinking for me. Now I think for myself.
Perfect.
Nimeelewa?
Nimeelewa.
Yes.
Director anasema tuachie story hapo kwa sababu tumekula time sana. Yes. But I think you are talking sense because okay, I don't know. I'm not here to
opinion.
I'm not here to judge. There is someone who gave me a story. Tunakaa tukiangalia mic kwa sababu iko na battery kidogo. Kuna mtu alinipea story akaniambia, "This is not my story." Someone who gave me this story. Akaniambia there are people who create problems for you. They create a problem for you, yeah, so they can solve it. Fikirieni what that means.
That's how the world runs anyway. It operates like that. That's how the world operates. This world is not run by good people. It is run by bad people. And bad people are conquering. This world is run by thieves, corrupt, mentor, all those people. Hao ndio wanarun hii dunia. The economy is not run by meek, humble, and the people who love poverty, as they are told in the Bible to love poverty.
Fine. Umetaja kukuwa na twins, and I was to ask about family because you rarely excuse me, you rarely talk about your family, you rarely talk about your wife. Hata najua mafans wengine anauliza Bisengo ako na bibi kweli, because there has been stories online, your life is funded by your mama from America, nini vitu mingi sana. Talk to us about that.
First of all, concerning the issue of my wife, I got married, I wedded. Yeah, I had a big wedding in 2016. 2 years later, I separated with my wife. We were still in church when we separated. We had our problems when we were still in church. And things could not work because of the circumstances that led to marriage. Because most of these church marriages, they are manipulated to happen. I was pushed to it. I was not ready for it. And because I was a leader in church, there was a preposition that if you are a leader in church, you must get married. So, and I was, you see, this church is run by fear. Religion in fear. Without fear, religion crumbles. That's why it has to us and devil to make you fear. So, nilipushiwa kuoa nikiwa church, na me I was not ready. Because first of all, I was not financially stable. I was not mentally ready. Na nikamari. But it never worked. In 2 years, it went down to the drain. But I never regretted. The marriage broke down, I was separated, and my divorce is ongoing.
Until now?
Yes. I was always hoping one day it would work, but it has not. Since 2016 up to now, that's now when I've decided to do the divorce and move on. You understand? That's why I don't talk about that. Number 2, the reason why I don't talk about marriage and family life, because I believe it's private. People don't have to know who you sleep with. People don't have to know who you are unazana nani. People don't have to know who your kids are. They don't have to, unless it is mandatory to do so. And for people like you who have the courage to do it, you are strong. Some of us, we don't have the courage to do some things. We just don't want to expose some things. But kwa wale ambao, but for you, I understand, because of course you and your family, you influence. And also I've seen your kids doing some influential stuff and wana promote, you know, dressing, clothing lines. That is good, inaeleweka. But kuna watu wengine sisi na sisi tunaonanga hakuna haja. Sasa mimi sikuona haja ya kupost my wife, sionangi haja ya kupost watoto wangu.
So sasa yuko na wife mwingine?
I will not talk about that right now. Okay. Yeah, I still believe that's very private for me. Yeah. Number 2, the aspect of being funded by a mama from America, it's also bullshit. Because I mean, look at my life. This life cannot be funded by a lady. Yeah, I don't think a lady can buy this car. I don't think there is a woman who can buy this vehicle. Nafikiri walikuanga kitambo. Saa hii.
Wait now.
Maybe walikuanga kitambo. Maybe. Lakini saa hii sidhani kuna mtu eti anaweza kukuingiza showroom kubuy gari. Bro, I have worked my ass to get these assets. I have worked my ass to be where I'm living right now. I've worked up my ass to have 1, 2 cars. I've worked my ass to own every shit I have. To have land, to have cars, to build at home. In fact, hiyo nyumba yangu ya ushago ndio ilikuwanga inasemekana nilijengewa na mama. But it was a total lie. I only had no time to come and start explaining too much. Because when you start explaining too much, people think it is true. So I decided to go quiet on it. But the fact is, 2022, unakumbuka elections, I made 1 million point plus kwa siasa. I was hired by 4 politicians to do road shows and to do songs. Na song ya politics mimi nilikuwa na record na 200k moja. Na nilifanya 6 songs.
1.2.
Unaona? So by the time mimi nilijenga 1 year nilimaliza nyumba ikaisha. Nilikuwa naenda road shows, nikitoka road show natuma pesa home, mafundi wanachukua material. Ninatoka road show naenda nachukua material napeleka home. Nilijenga a house in a big house Ushago in 1 year, nikafunga hiyo chapter. Na sijawahi post. Na zikijenga siku post. Unaona? I'm that kind of people who believe that some things are just private. Ni zako. Kwani kuna fan atakuja kulala kwangu hata nikimwonyesha nyumba yangu ya 10 rooms. Hata ile najenga saa hii sijaonyesha mtu, na kuna project zingine zinaendelea nitazireveal soon na sijaonyesha na sijapost. Unaona? So the aspect of family for me, I believe it's a bit private. I don't talk about it, and even if I got married right now, sitasema, itanyamaza tu. Nyinyi mtaonanga tu niko poa naendelea vizuri, lakini hamjui nani ananingarisha. Hata sasa labda kuna mwanamke kwa maisha yangu na ujui. Yeah. So si umekuja kwangu ukaona I'm clean, my compound is clean, my house is is neat. Maybe there is a lady. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Now tuingie kwa udaku sasa. Tuingie kwa udaku. Wewe Tobby Bisengo.
Yes, sir.
Top producer, top artist. Yeah. I mean some months ago mulikuwa na controversy na one Steven Kasolo.
Yeah.
Very good artist, yeah. Top artist, top gospel artist Ukambani. Lakini mkakuwa na controversy kubwa sana. Oh, sijui nini huenda nani, sijui mama fulani alifanya, sijui nani. Sitaki kutaja majina. Okay. Talk to us about your relationship with Kasolo. Did you guys have a sit down mkasort issues zenu ama kukoaje?
No. At any given point I have never sat down with that artist to solve our differences. Because I believed that he's the one who had problems with me. I never had problems with him. For me, I don't have time for petty things. And whenever I come kwa mtandao kuongea, mimi naongeanga kitu number 1, itajenga my kinsmen, itajenga my tribe, and not just my tribe but also Kenyans and everybody else. Sikujangi kwa mtandao kuongea upuuzi kioko. Ukisikia Bisengo ameingia TikTok kuongea ama Facebook, na kwanga naongea kitu najua nimefanya nini. And I always take time to talk. The reason why this boy came to abuse me and fabricate all those things, because that is a narcissistic behavior. Being able to cook stories about someone and then put them in internet and make them look real. And when he made those stories, I nilisikiza, nikacheka. First nilicheka sana because I wish ningepata mtu anaweza nijengea nyumba. Sasa ningejengea watoto wangu, ningemwambia nijengea watoto wangu because nataka nyumba pia ya my kids. Yao peke yao. Nikiimagine venye niliteseka nikijenga my house. Venye nilijinyima nikijenga nyumba yangu. Then mtu anasema nimejengewa na hana evidence. Do you know my lawyers walinipush sana nifinye Kasolo? Because I had all the evidence kumaliza Kasolo completely. If kama ningeingia kotini ni file civil case na Kasolo. Kasolo angejua mimi si mtu mzuri. But am I that kind of person? No. I decided, okay, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not a religious person. Ukisikia mtu ni spiritual, ongopa yeye. Usicheze na mtu wako hivyo. Usicheze na mtu ana confidence ya kuacha religion. Tunajuanga sababu. What I did, niliingia kwa nyumba yangu bro na nikajifungia na nikaongea maneno. Nikasema mimi sijawahi tusi mtu maisha yangu na situsinge watu. Lakini hakuna mtu anafaa nitusi na kuwe na amani. Hiyo tu ndo nilisema. Nikanyamaza. And from there on, Kasolo amekutana na vitu mingi sana kwa maisha yake. Lakini akili yake haijawahi mwambia kuna mtu ulitusi na akanyamaza. Akili yake sio kungojea atumiwe mzee. Akili yake haijawahi mwambia kuna mtu alitusi bure na akafabricatea ma stories za uongo. Za mtu anaitwa Liz Mukuna. Huyo mtu anaitwa Liz Mukuna sijawahi muona. We have never met in my life. Lakini alisemekana yeye ndo ananifund. Kwani utafandiwa na ghosts? Liz Mukuna kuna kitu aliwahi fund yangu. Na mimi niko na receipts za everything I've bought in my life. Nimeweka kwa file. So if I stepped in court na niambie my brother atoe evidence ya kwamba I was funded, because that was character assassination. That was a misdemeanor for my brand. If I decided okay to step kwa court, nataka utoe evidence yote ya kujengewa hapa. Angetoa wapi? Kasolo angepigwa fine na court. Angenilipa pesa paka angekaa 20 years akinilipanga. But also I withdrew, nikasema okay, Kasolo watu wengine watadeal na wewe sio mimi. The reason why this boy came and akanitusi ni kwa sababu niliingianga kwa mtandao one day. Hiyo ndo clip ilifanya aniingilie. I was only doing a simple analysis and advice about a thing that was going on. As a music mentor Kioko in Cumberland, I have mentored all these artists. So niko na right ya kuwaongelesha. Wakati naona wanaenda kombo ama wanaanza vita, I should be in the front line to help them calm their differences. Alikuja akapiga channel ya one of the content creators chini. Wametu, right? Na nikaenda nikaongea nikasema this was not the right action you should have done. At least ungefanya hivi na hivi. And it was on goodwill. Mimi sikuwa na ubaya na sikumtusi. Ukiangalia hiyo clip sikutusi that guy. Politely, I advised him politely na nikamwambia hizi differences zitawaleteanga shida in future. No need to be doing these things. Mnaharibu brands, mnafanya brands zenu zishuke. Kumbe ni kama alikuanga anangojea siku nitaongea nipige. Ni kama amekuwa anabeba grudge na mimi, of which sijui. Na hiyo grudge inatokana na this lady, which I realized later they used to be together. Back 5 years ago, they used to be together. They would come together live, do live, whatever, host live together. Walikuanga mabeshte. So nikaona Kasolo then thinks this lady nilimnyang'anya fanda wake. You get my point? So he was bitter, thinking ni mimi nilimnyang'anya fanda wake. Na udem ni kumbe amejenga hiyo area ya kwetu. Mimi sikuanga najua, nilijulia hapo wakati alisema. Ndio nikaanza kuichunguza, nikaona ni neighbor amejenga kwetu. Na ni fan wangu also. She follows my music. Juu nilianza sasa kumchunguza ni nani. Sasa nikashanga how comes mimi nafandiwa kweli? Is there an evidence nafandiwa na mtu? Hakuna. If Kasolo ningemwambia sasa enda tuende kotini uende uonyeshe evidence ya mimi uonyeshe kwa nini umeniharibia brand, umeniharibia jina. Angekuwa na kitu na ningemmaliza. But nikaona hakuna haja. Bro, I'm above that shenanigans. Na nika rise above that thing na nikakuwa quiet because silence is power. Sometimes when you're silent, that is how you exercise your powers. And I'm a powerful person. If I decide, I know how to control power within me and I know how to operate under power. I don't operate on manipulations. I operate on power. Na niliongea maneno, nikasema huyu kijana amenitusi kwa nini? Sijawahi mtusi. Ana right ya kunitusi? Hana. Mpaka leo. Na atafukuzangwa na problems. Mpaka siku ile atafikiria kuna mtu alitusingi, akanyamaza. That's all I can say for now. Mimi sijawahi mfungia mlango wa kukuja kuniomba msamaha. It is still open. Niliongeanga nikiwa kwa event ambayo pia aliipiga sana. You remember I was doing an event? Alipiga vita sana. Na nikanyamaza bado. Na nikaongea kwa Andres nikamwambia kijana, mimi sina shida na wewe na hata nimekusamehe. Nimwambia hivyo. And I had to do that for my event, not for him. I was not sincere with that. I'll be honest. Mpaka siku ile atanitafuta ndio nikaanza maneno niliongea kuhusu maisha yake. Because hii mdomo yangu ina nguvu nyingi sana. Ndio maana siongeangi sana, ndio maana sipendi kubishana na watu. If I say something against your life, me as Bisengo, things will not go good for you. sio kujisifu, sio nini, lakini vizuri watu waelewe tunajielewa. Watu waache kucheza na maisha ya watu wengine. Kioko, watu waheshimiane. Mimi naweza nikawa na difference na wewe, lakini siwezi kukutusi. Si tumekuwa na differences, lakini sijawahi toka niseme wewe Kioko wewe no. Naweza kuongea in a general term, niseme kwa nini nyinyi mnaninyima Kamba Festival. Naweza ongea because niko na right ya kuongea na nishaongeanga. Wewe mbona hukuingia unikashifu ama unitusi? Because you have grown up beyond such things, and that's what industry needs. Kioko, mbona sema fans wangu kwanza, kwa nini hujaniita Kamba Festival 3 songs? Na Kioko venye
tuendelee
na kuleteanga watu wa maana kwa Kamba Festival. Kwanza unakumbuka first festival ya kwanza I brought 4 guys from UK, waliland wakalipa VIP na wakakuja show. Second one hivyo hivyo, lakini wakati walijua siko hawakukuja. Sasa
kwa next one ufanye hivyo hivyo.
But sina ubaya, you guys I know you are doing your thing and it is good thing. So long as mnaleta tribe pamoja, kasonge kaende.
Okay, good. About kuleta tribe pamoja, I mean Ukambani, where we come from, kuna kelele mob sana. Especially TikTok. Sijui huyu anatusi huyu amekosea huyu. Yaani kuna kelele mingi sana. What do you have to say about that? And do you see this thing coming to an end anytime soon?
Kioko, acha niwaambie kitu kimoja. Sita kupromise kwamba kelele itaisha, because anywhere where showbiz is involved, kelele inakuanga ni kama inachangia kugrow showbiz. Kelele inachangianga kugrow showbiz. Kelele haiwezi isha. Watu wasipopigia Kamba Festival kelele, uende ikakosa inaitwa tract ama inaitwa nini? Uende ikakosa hiyo nguvu. Wacha wapige kelele, lakini wewe bora usiache kufanya your thing. Bisengo atakuja internet aseme Kamba Festival hapana. Kamba Festival mbona mtupigiangi chakula ya kienyeji? Hapana. Tunakuja tunakosa viti. Tutaongea. But at the end of the day, keep doing your shit. You have to keep doing your shit. Kelele ni nzuri. Bora it is in the confines of law. Enda upige kelele lakini usitusi mtu. Enda upige kelele lakini usidemean career ya mtu. Enda upige kelele Kioko, lakini usivunje sheria, because saa hii ukivunja sheria bro, kitaumana. Utaona umetumiwa ka summon, na ukisikia ka DCI kameingia, ka sheria kameingia bro, kitakuumania. So watu wapige kelele ni nzuri, lakini tupige kelele in the confines of law. Kelele si mbaya kama haijavunja sheria. Watu tuinue industry, tuongelelee watu vizuri, na kama kuna event ina happen Ukambani ina involve Wakamba wote, kama unaweza enda usupport quietly. Na kama mtu ajamanenchi kwenda, pia usimkashi video wako kwenda, kama ingine ilifanyika Sato. Ni Sunday ama ilikuwa Sato?
Kama Benja.
Sasa juu celebrities hawakuenda, sasa imekuwa ni kama sasa hawasupportingi, ni kama hawaendangi. Sasa watu wameanza kusema celebrity Kamba wapendani, ni mpaka wanawatusi. Niliona jamaa fulani ametusi wasanii vibaya na si vizuri.
Anaitwa Deno.
Alitusi wasanii vibaya sana. Sasa baadaye mtu si atajipata amerushwa ndani bro. For what? Kama hiyo event ya Saturday kuna msanii yako kufika, wachana naye. Pia ingine ita happen kesho. Kwani madhina kwa madhela, shida zinaendelea kukuja kila uchao, kuna problems. Siku support ya Saturday, nita support ya December. And that's life, Kioko.
Perfect. I saw online in ya mwisho, sasa tumalizie. I saw online that you are crushing on Tina Clara, your neighbor.
Crushing? Yes. Who said I'm crushing?
Si nimeona umesema ni msichana mzuri. Nimeona watu wameandika wa mtandao.
Watu wameandika. So you know, people will always write whatever they want. First of all, I want to make this very clear. For protection of character, not assassination of it, Tina is a good friend of mine. And number one, I've never dated Tina. We have never had anything to do with romance or intimacy. Never. Because Tina, to me, she has always seen me as a big bro. Unita bro, kibro. So we are more of a family with Tina. Anatoka home, ni msichana mdogo kwangu sana. Na mina, I love what she's doing. I support her fully. I always attend her events. Who said I'm crushing?
Si nimeona umesema ni msichana mzuri. Nimeona watu wameandika wa mtandao.
Watu wameandika. So you know, people will always write whatever they want. First of all, I want to make this very clear. For protection of character, not assassination of it, Tina is a good friend of mine. And number one, I've never dated Tina. We have never had anything to do with romance or intimacy. Never. Because Tina, to me, she has always seen me as a big bro. Unita bro, kibro. So we are more of a family with Tina. Anatoka home, ni msichana mdogo kwangu sana. Na mina, I love what she's doing. I support her fully. I always attend her events, whatever she's launching, everything. And whenever my event come, anakuja na ni support. That's my relationship with Tina. I only hype it to get for her apart traction too. Naweza muongelelea vizuri, naweza tengeneza kiki, lakini siezi nikadharau Tina. Na tunaheshimiana, tunapendana kama friends. And so do all other content creators. Kina Mwelu, kina Katumbe, kina Lizzy, all our Kamba content creators, ladies. We have similar mutual respect. Na personally, mimi, I don't date celebrities. I don't date celebrities. I don't hang out with celebrities. I fear this kind of relationships. Huwa si date ma celeb. Na wasiana watu Ukambani, they can attest to it. Hakuna msichana Ukambani, either a content creator, a celebrity or a musician nimewahi date. I don't. It's just a personal principle. So Tina Clara, we've never dated. I know people have always said that. Oh, hata mwingine alikuja kwa comment akasema, wewe umeshakulana. But it's okay. Our fans huwa tunawaruhusu waongee kila wanataka, freedom of speech. They can say whatever they want. Bora Kioko, mtu asivunje sheria. Usinitusi, usikwoti jina yangu. Ukuje kusema Tobias Bisengo, nitakusu. Because sahi sheria ina protect majina ya watu vizuri sana. Kioko mtu sahi asikuja mtu akutusi apitie huko. Aseme ule jamaa mweusi anakuanga sawa. Lakini mtu asimention jina Nicholas Kioko akutusi. Ni vibaya sahi na sheria ya Kenya, it is working. I thank God for our judiciary, it is working. Our judicial systems, bro, they are working. Mtu akutusi usitaki uone, atakulipa pesa mzuri.
Na venye nimesota, si munitusi.
Tusi, mtu anitusi vizuri aseme Tobias Mulwa, Bisengo, wewe nini ABCD. Tutengeneze pesa.
Okay, perfect. Any upcoming projects, any collaborations?
Collaborations, I wanted to collabos this year. Bado nikaipause. 2026 I'm looking at several artists. I'm talking to several guys, top artists that I want to collab with them. Tuone kama tunaweza pia create more creative music for our people. Number 2, we are building something very nice for our artists and our Kamba people. It is coming soon. Kuna kitu nitakuwa na reveal at the end of this December. Zuri sana, nitaita content creators, bloggers and nitafanya press ni advertise kitu kubwa sana tunatengeneza sahi. And also I'm doing a lot of other projects. I'm releasing a video this week. Inaitwa Kienze Chakatolo. I'm also I'm doing a lot of things. Vile unaonanga nimepotea hivyo mimi naanga nafanya vitu. Sinyamazangi bure. I just want to thank my fans wale wamekuwa wananisupport. Unajua wakati nilisema nimeacha dini nini, a lot of fans waliniacha. You know Christians have a tabia kupunish mtu because they don't subscribe into what they are taught is right. So Wakristo wakiona sasa you are not subscribing to that, they tend to kutenga you. Walinitenga, which is good because at that point now nilianza kupendwa na wale wananipenda ya ukweli. The friends that I have right now are true ones. The fans that I have right now are the true fans. Njoo ndo walinikubali nikiwa non-religious na nikiwa a spiritual person. Hao ndo wamenikubali. Na hao mafans wangu wachache hao na wapenda sana. Muendelee kunisupport na tuendelee kuinuana zaidi. And also I want to thank my supporters and my partners. I have partners all over the world. People who support the things I do, my music and stuff. My Mombasa fans, Nairobi fans, Cumberland, all over Kenya. Na wapenda, tuendelee kusapotiana.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much Bisengo, na tunashukuru sana for your time. Yes, na pia kutu invite kwako nyumbani.
Bisengo ungekaa tukule lunch.
Tutakaa, kwani unadhani tutakaa?
Hivyo ndo mtu ufukuza wageni. Kaka tukule. Ndio waseme asante. Tuko na haraka unasema kwa roho. Hapo.
Kama rafiki yangu fulani tumeenda mahali akasema si mungetuchomea nyama. Sisi tumeshiba. Nilimwambia tukienda mahali anasema ni yeye ameshiba. Si tumeshiba. Mimi sikwange nimeshiba. So anyway, thank you so much Bisengo for
tukienda hivyo nitakuonyesha the projects we are doing, but hiyo hautakava. Ni ukae tu standby. Siku ya kuilaunch nitakuita.
No problem.
Tutatoka tu pamoja.
Thank you so much Bisengo.
And also you are doing good job. We thank God for you and all other content creators. I know we clash sometimes, wewe na Ricky B. Kwanza tutene kwani tutaimaliza hiyo outside the camera, wewe na Ricky B, lakini mambo ni mazuri. All the fans wa Kamba Festival, you need to know. Sisi wa macelebs sasa tunakuanga na ma difference, but we know how to solve our problems. Msiingiliange vita zetu hazitawasaidia. Si mnaona Kioko amekuja kunioji. Si mliwanga mnafikiria yeye ni adui. Kioko sio adui yako.
Hii industry inanga chuki.
Ni
kama bwana siasa. Tunakosana leo, kesho tuna handshake, maisha inaendelea. Thank you so much guys for watching. Kwa nikipiga story Tobby Bisengo, top artist, top producer. Thank you so much guys for watching. Mambo ni mengi, muda ni mchache. For now it is a bye bye. I'll see you on the next one.